business. It probably was a long time ago. And most of the time people go right to Google, they go right to a directory online, they go to yellowpages.com, they go somewhere on the internet to quickly find what they're looking for. They don't want to thumb through a phone book. A lot of times, look at your cellular phones. It seems like nearly every phone, and you can even get the high-end BlackBerry phones now for $25 when you start a service plan. I mean, that's nothing compared to what they used to be. So about everybody has a data-capable phone where they can have internet on their cell phone. And so it's so convenient for people to pull up Google and say, okay, this is the business I want to find. So businesses that are not marketing on the internet, they are really losing out because fewer people are pulling out the phone books, fewer people are reading the newspaper. People are getting their news on the newspaper websites. They're not pulling out the newspaper to read it like they used to. I just saw today, where I'm at right now, there's somebody, trying to sell newspapers outside, get people to sign up for the newspaper outside Walmart. And they're just trying to push that really, really hard. And I know why they're doing it. It's because they know they're losing readers. They're trying to do anything they can to get people to sign up for them. And that's why businesses aren't advertising to them like they used to. And so they're looking for ways. They're saying, okay, I'm not getting a return, but a lot of them don't know where to turn, and that's where you can come in. And so a lot of times when you can share this stuff, they get excited about it, even though to you it's like, oh, I'm just telling you about a squeeze page. To them it's so foreign and exciting. It's unique. It's innovative. And so they're, it gives you a better chance to close them as a client and make some potential more profits. So another great benefit of local businesses is that they are used to spending money in advertising for their business. That's just a thing, sometimes that I run into when if I end up finding clients online or they find me and they want price quotes, a lot of times they're not really excited about spending money on SEO work. They know it costs money, but they don't want to spend money. They just aren't accustomed to it because their business has always been on the internet. But when you start contacting local businesses, that's really the only way they've known to survive. They've used direct mail, they've used newspapers, they've used radio, they've used Yellow Pages, they've used other different phone directories and things like that. They've tried, all sorts of different ways to network themselves and get themselves exposure. And, oftentimes that does not mean the internet. And so they're used to, the business owners are used to spending, of their budget, maybe $5,000 to $10,000 a year or more on certain marketing type services. Oftentimes it's a lot more than that, So they set aside, $20,000 of their revenues are going to be invested into marketing of some sort. And so when they find out that their Yellow Pages marketing is not working out for them, and when they're starting to discover that when they stop running their Yellow Pages ads, they're actually getting the same amount of phone calls as they used to get, that stuff's not working for them, and so they realize that, and so they just have that money sitting there, but a lot of times they don't know where to invest it, and so they just don't know how to invest it properly, and that's exactly where you come in. And again, it makes for a win-win situation because they've got money that they are used to spending, whereas if you're online trying to find a person, it might be difficult. They don't really want to part with their money. They might be a lot smaller business, and a lot of brick and mortar businesses, they have capital they can leverage, they have real estate in their business, all sorts of ways they can generate revenue in order to muster up the funds to pay for marketing. And so they have the means for it. They're used to paying for it, and so they're a perfect target for this kind of service. Nowadays, they're more than likely aren't seeing a return on their advertisements through things like Yellow Pages or newspapers, just like I mentioned, and they want other options, and now that you have this knowledge, you can give them the solution they are seeking. So we already covered that. Did you know that basically by simply attending this training over the past 10 weeks, you have learned more than advertising and PR majors will ever learn in college about online marketing? And I want you guys to think about that. The small amount that you guys paid for this is actually way better than any college education that you guys have come across. And the reason I can say that accurately is because just recently I was in college, and I actually have not finished my degree because I could not get a degree in search engine optimization or internet marketing, and their idea of covering internet marketing was 2 paragraphs that said you can advertise your business on the search engines. And then they went on to the next topic. I was actually had lunch with one of my wife's old high school friends, with my wife there too. That's probably sounded awkward, but her friend was there, and she was talking about her job and what she does. And she was in advertising and PR major, and she's now working for a PR firm. And everything that which happens to actually specialize in internet marketing and search engine optimization. Also, did you know that just knowing this knowledge, you can instantly become the go-to expert in your local community for consulting or website marketing? So just like I said, because you know this, you are this far ahead of nearly everybody in your local market, because even the SEO company or the website design company that thinks they know search engine optimization, the stuff you guys have learned would actually blow them out of the water. And I say that in all humbleness, and the reason is because they maybe just know the basics, maybe search engine optimization like title tags, but most of the time you're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody that could actually that can do article marketing, press release marketing, video marketing, Web 2.0 marketing, all that in one entire package and program. You guys learn how to do that, so instantly you guys have an expertise that even your local website design company doesn't even have and that can't even touch. So you guys have really, by being in this training, you've really given yourselves a leg up on your competition out there that might even be marketing this type of work. So marketing to local businesses, there are several different strategies you can pursue to get more clients locally. You've got cold calling, you've got direct mail campaigns, online advertising, chamber of commerce, word of mouth, sales representatives, and you can even create your own local event, which I'll share with you how to do each of these things. So cold calling is still a highly effective strategy for getting more of these types of clients. This is the type of work that you need to roll up your sleeves and get to work, because it does take some effort. And just like with anything, whether it's affiliate marketing or anything, or anything that you learned here, you have the tools now that you've gone through this training to not only run this as a business, but to turn your own internet business, your own, generate your own affiliate sales, generate your own sales of your own ebook or your own product, whatever it is. You now have the tools. You're armed with the knowledge, the tools, and the training you can achieve success with, but you have to apply it, you have to take action on it, and you have to do it. And those are the kind of things that are really, really important. So cold calling, it's really inexpensive to do. Most of the time, it's local phone calls, so it doesn't even cost you long distance, but it can be a little intimidating, so that's something to keep in mind. But if it is very intimidating or scary for you, you can always hire a sales rep to close deals for you and just give them a commission on deals they bring in. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit here as well. And also be prepared when you're doing cold calling to be told about 10 to 15 times no for every yes you get. So be consistent and work hard at it. And sometimes those results are even worse. But in this kind of marketing, it's sometimes it's usually a little better odds than regular telesales. And the reason is because you're offering a service that's so unique and so different. And so I know I'm young, but I've actually been doing business. I started actually. Well, I sold pencils when I was in second grade, but that's beside the point. But anyways, when I was in junior high, I was actually a junior sales representative for a custom apparel company, and I started calling on companies to get work done. And so I learned the beast of sales and marketing. And it was through that job that I got into the internet. So that's kind of, you guys can see how that transpired. But basically, what I learned there is you need to be consistent. I learned that you're always going to be prepared for a no. Obviously you want everything to be a yes, but don't be shot down every time you turn around it's a no. You might make 20 phone calls and be told no every single time, and then on that 21st time you pick up the phone, it's a yes, and then maybe the 22nd time it's a yes. So you never know. So be consistent and don't give up if after 10 times you're told no.